What's going on, YouTube? Back at it with another video. Look, we got us something a little different. We got us a story time. I know I'm uploading this today, but I'm probably, if this goes well, like this video go well, I'm probably gonna start uploading them on Saturdays. Like every Saturday I'm gonna have a story time for all y'all. And then I'm thinking about doing like on Thursdays on my Discord, y'all can send like anonymous Confession Thursdays. That's what I want to do. Confession Thursdays. Any of my fans, subscribers, followers, whatever you do, send in those confessions on Discord, and I'm gonna read them motherfuckers. I'm not gonna put your name out there, so don't worry about people knowing whatever you say, knowing who name it go to, because I'm not putting your name out there. That's fucked up. I might have some crazy shit y'all done did. Before we get into this story time, need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, turn in post notifications on. Let's say a quick prayer, then we're gonna get into this story. Bow your head, ugly ass a bit. Dear Lord, I come to you today just to say we really appreciate everything that you're doing for us, all the good and the bad that you put in our lives, all the obstacles that you put in our lives, because we know we can overcome them and actually learn from them. I ask that you continue to motivate every last one of us, and you let us achieve our goals for 2025. Keep our heads up high, and keep us blessed. In your name I pray. Amen. Ashe. On grannies. Yahweh. Y'all know who that is. That means God. That's who God is. Yahweh. But yeah, this is probably about, I say, 2019. It was around like COVID, around that era, around like 2019, 2020. Was it? I say around like 2018, 2019. One of them two, around that area, 2018, 2019. I was with my cousin, and I ended up driving to Kansas. If most of y'all don't know, I was born in Kansas. So I ended up driving to Kansas to chill with some of my family. I go to my cousin's house, right? She my cousin, but she was raised like around me, so I called her my sister. So I go to my sister's house, right? We chilling, just bored. It's a Friday night, 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees. No, but it's a Friday night. We really ain't got nothing to do. We just bored. And then she comes in the room and she's like, Trey, you know, I look up. What, bro? Because, you know, when somebody come up to you and be like, Trey, or do some shit, you automatically think like, she finna ask me for some money. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Like, oh, they finna ask me to do something. Oh, shit. But yeah, she didn't. She was just like, you want to try shrooms? I'm like that threw me the fuck off. Like, I don't know, nigga. I heard that shit crack. You know, anybody, if you from a black community and somebody tell you to take like shrooms, LSD, coke, anything that's out the ordinary of, and like a pill or some weed, we think crack immediately crack, ain't he? So I'm thinking like, hell no, like what the fuck? I don't want to try no shrooms. What does it do? At this point, you got to realize I'm probably around, I say I'm like 22 years old, 20, yeah, I'm around like 22, 23, one of them, somewhere around that area. So by that time, 22, 23, I done already went through the party stage, you know? Not like over the party stage, but I'm still in the party stage. So I done been getting fucked up. I done already did, you know, little party drugs. Hey, off X pills, bitch, I'm geeked. Yeah, I was already past like being like a pure motherfucker, a Weenie Hut Jr. I was past that. That was high school, middle school. I asked her, I said, so what does it do to you? Because this is my first time. I'm not sure if it's her first time or not, but so I just like warn me. Like, let me know what the fuck I'm gonna get myself into. Because I think this shit crack and I don't want to do it. And she was like, no, it's like psychedelics, but it's more like what she say, not a head high, but she said more like a body high, like your body's gonna be feeling a little funny and you might get visuals. And I was like, body visuals? Like, what you mean? Like, I'm gonna get visuals. And she was like, she showed me this video of like, it's called like trippy videos or some shit like that. And they had all this like weird stuff going on. She was like, you gonna see stuff like that. And it's gonna make you happy and you're gonna feel good. It's not gonna be like taking acid and you gonna just scrambled egg your brain and you just tripping. It wasn't like that. So I was like, okay, cool. If you buy them, I try them with you. My auntie come in, her mom. She like, y'all finna do shrooms? Give me some. So I'm like, oh, they that good? I'm like, auntie, they that good? I don't know how y'all family is, but my family, I got one of those families that's like, my family got a strong addictive trait to them. So like, what that means is like, damn near everybody in my family or every family that's inside of under my last name, every little individual family, they at least got one or two people in their household that's addicted to something. Either it's liquor or drugs or sex, or they addicted to something. I have one of those families, we got an addictive trait. Like you're gonna end up doing something and really, really want to do it. So when my auntie came in, it didn't surprise me that she wanted to do it with us, because she kick it, she be out here getting it in, like most of the family. It just was like, hold on, so I'm the only nigga in here that ain't never tried this shit? Fuck it, let me do it. I can't be no hoe ain't in. I'm like big little brother in here. This is my big sister, but I do more than her. Like she my big sister, but I'm out here way more than she is. So I'm like, man, fucking let's do it. On Jesus Christ. That's the set. When I say on the set, I'm talking about on Christianity. Hell is you saying? So she gets them, right? And I'm like, so how do we do it? Like, I just eat it and then it just happens? And she was like, no, like you gonna have to eat it with something. Because if you eat that shit by yourself, you're literally eating shit by yourself. I looked up, before I took this shit, I looked everything up on YouTube. I go to YouTube University quick. That's where I graduated from. Nigga, I looked that shit up on YouTube, and I found that it grow out of cow shit. I said, man, I'm not eating this shit. I don't want this shit. And she was like, just eat it. Like, it's gonna be nasty. So she made me a peanut butter jelly sandwich. And my auntie, she was making like jalapeno tuna salad or something like that. And I'm not a spicy type of nigga, I'm not really a jalapeno type of nigga, She making that shit and I smell it. And I smell the spice in it, like, whoa! I don't want it. It's too hot. So I put it in a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Boom, bam, bam. Eat it. It wasn't nothing. You kind of tasted a little bit, but it wasn't like too bad. If you ever eat shrooms by yourself, without anything, that shit nasty as fuck. I tried it without taking it with something. That shit's horrible. This shit's nasty. But I ate it with a peanut butter jelly sandwich. We eat it. We chilling. I say probably like 20 minutes go by. And I was a nigga. I was the one. I was a rookie. I was a newcomer. I didn't know what to think. So I look at her and I'm like, I don't feel these motherfuckers. That's the number one rule to taking anything, any substance. When you say you don't feel them, you don't listen to yourself when you say that. If you say, man, I don't feel it, man, I'm not drunk, bro, it's finna happen. Just wait. Don't go to getting extra shit. But me, on the other hand, I went and got an extra one. So she had another little thing with a cap on it. She called them gold caps. So I was like, what does that mean? Like gold caps? Is it stronger or something? I don't want the silver ones. I want the gold. They got diamond caps? Then I thought about it. I was like, diamond math, kind of makes sense. I don't want it. Yeah, so I take another one. Bam. 15 minutes go by. She like, let's go to my cousin's house. I got a cousin named Tyree that lived out in the country. She was like, let's go to Tyree's house and we're gonna smoke with him. I'm like, hey, cool, yeah, bet. Let's go out there. And I'm not feeling it yet either. So I'm just like, cool, let's just go out there. We drive out there. Let you know, it's nighttime. This shit is not day at all. Like, it's nighttime. We drive all the way out there to the country. Boom. We get out there. And how I knew the shit was kicking in, I heard everybody in the house, and we was outside in the car. Like, we sat in the car and we was like, you want to go in there? And we that's when you know this shit was kicking in, because niggas started getting nervous and shit around people. I wasn't nervous like just us in the car, but when it got outside, I was like, damn, everybody know I'm on shrooms. It just felt like I said, oh shit, everybody knows. Oh fuck. And I'm over there, I'm like, I'm looking at her, she looking at me. I'm like, you want to go in there? She was like, we gotta go in there. I was like, we don't have to. She was like, just go in there. I was like, bet, let's go in there. And you gotta remember, I can hear everybody in there, and I hear a lot of voices. I didn't just hear my cousin voice. So I'm thinking, I'm like, hold on, people in this motherfucker. Now I'm tripping. Now I'm tripping. Fuck. I'm getting paranoid and shit. I'm not even like tripping visually. I'm just like, hold on, nigga, I'm nervous, bro. Oh, is this the drugs or whatever this is? I don't think I like this. I'm nervous. I get to thinking like somebody in here hurting my cousin, and they talking about it over his dead body. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bust in this motherfucker. Straight up, I'm busting in this bitch and I'm laying everybody on the ground, on grannies. You know I keep that bitch right there on hip. I'm killing everybody, straight up. That's what I was thinking. And I was thinking all this within like 10 seconds. This wasn't even like no outside panic or nothing. It was all within like 10 little seconds. It wasn't nothing serious. So I opened the door hard. I open it, I look to the left, and when you first open this house, you see like washing machine, left is kitchen, and then around the corner in the back is his room. So I look to the left, I'm like, the fuck? And I can hear laughter, so I immediately calmed down. I look to the right, it's his mama's room, and his mama was like laying in the bed or something. Like I don't remember like really speaking to her, but I remember she was laying in the bed, and I remember like looking over and walking to the back of the room. When I walk to the back room, I get like this strong ass feeling of like, bro, everybody knows you're on shrooms. Turn around. Don't go in there. Everybody knows what you took. That's just what it felt like. Like, one thing I can say about shrooms or psychedelics, they got stages. But when you take shrooms, you literally have stages. Stage one is probably like it's kicking in. You probably get a little sweaty. You get a little like kind of nervous feeling, but like you're not nervous unless you literally get put in a position to be nervous. Then you're gonna like probably panic. But like, I just felt nervous, and then like the next stage would be like maybe you got hella energy, like, but I just want to go do something, like, and then out of nowhere, it's just like, you feel like, you just feel like, you just feel like fucking jello, and then you got the next stage where it's like just straight laughter, and the laughing stage lasts for like an hour. The laugh stage lasts so long. You laugh to where like you don't want to laugh no more because it hurts, but everything is so funny. Definitely if you around me in real life. Me off shrooms, Bobby, saying some of the craziest shit ever. I'm like, how did I even think of that shit? That was fucking hilarious. Nigga, we be in there dying. So it's stages to that shit, but I was still in stage one, paranoia. We go to the back room, and we stop at the door, and my sister go, I'm nervous. Like, okay, you imagine me in person, imagine my sister, she like this like right there to my shoulder type shit. I go to open the door, and I turn and look at her, and she's like right there like on my shoulder, like, I don't think I'm gonna go here, I'm nervous. I'm like, nigga, we already at the door. We making this seem like we walking into the craziest shit ever, and like we finna go on stage and perform the biggest song in the world, and don't nobody know our lyrics. Like, that's how nervous we was feeling. When we open the door, boom, we finally just walk in. Like, nigga, we at our little cousin house. What the hell we nervous for? Like, nigga, what the hell we tripping for? So we just walk in, right? Boom, we walk in. I'm telling you, this nigga got like 6 niggas in his room. I said, damn, cousin, you got all your motherfucking friends over here. And I'm like, and they all staring at me, like, look at me dead in my motherfucking eye. And I'm like, they know. That's all I'm thinking, like, they know, bro. And then it hits me. Stage 2. And the stage 2 was like, that's when the visuals kicked in. And like everything had like an outline of red and blue. Like red and blue, like how this is right here. But think of like a red line under it. Skinnier. Like 3D glasses. How it's red and blue on one side. And on the other side, it was on the outline of everything I looked at was red and blue. If you stood there, the outline of you was red and blue. The outline of that cup, bed, TV, shoes, everything was red and blue. The outline of it. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm feeling like the paranoia is completely gone. It just disappeared out of nowhere. Like, as soon as I walk in and I touch my cousin hand, what's up, bro? It's like his energy of calmness, like, transferred into my body. My cousin, the type of person he's a person that's really in tune with himself. He listens to like Wu-Tang. This nigga listen to like Erykah Badu and shit. Like, he's really in tune with himself. He's a good person, you know. So like when I got around him and I shook that nigga hand, bro, every nerve went out my body, and it's like his whole energy of, what's up, cousin? How you doing, man? That shit just like went all in me, and I was just like, nigga, I'm happy as fuck right now. And he was playing Trvn.Gaming on YouTube, and I remember sitting in his bed, and I'm sitting in his bed with sunglasses on. My cousin Jay Sean is on the other end of his bed with his girlfriend. Jay Sean looked at me and was like, why are you smiling, bro? I didn't know. The whole time I was sitting in the bed like watching Rio on the TV. Tyree, all his friends is sitting there and they're smoking, boom, boom, boom. My other cousin Jay Sean, he's sitting at the end of the bed and he watching the TV too. And he look at me like, why you smiling so hard, bro? And I go like, man, I'm chilling, bro. And then I'm looking at him, and me and him looking at each other like, but I got my glasses on. Remember, I got them sunglasses on, so I'm kind of like doing like this. Then I look back at the TV, then I look at him, and I can catch him looking at me like, and then he'll look back at the TV. Then he look at me, and then I'm like, hold on, something ain't right. Something is telling me something, but I don't know what it is. And then a cousin, he looking at me like he thinking the same shit, like something is happening. Bro, why whole time we look at each other and say this shit at the same time, like, nigga, I take shrooms. And we both like, but it's like mid high, like when you happy and you in the middle, it's before you get to stage laughter. So we was like still like serious kinda, but like in tune with ourselves. We wasn't tripping about nothing else. We looked at each other and was like, nigga, I take shrooms. And he was like, me too. And then we went right back to watching the TV. It never was like, bro, no, for real, nothing like that. We were just like, bro, you took them. I knew, I felt that in you. Your energy told me you took them. He was like, your energy told me you took them. Right back to watching TV, red and blue everywhere. Okay, so we chilling, we watching TV, smoking, passing blunt around, blowing. I'm not knowing that the weed increases the everything. I'm not knowing this shit. So we hitting it. And then I look over at my cousin. And one thing about being off shrooms, you're sensitive. Everything is sensitive. Everything is emotional. You don't know if the next person understand your joke, or you don't know if the next person is going to get offended by your joke. You don't know if you're saying the right things to somebody, because you don't know if they comprehended it right, because you could say something and then they take it totally wrong, and they just like, you can feel the energy like, damn, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying a joke, you know. But I said a joke to my cousin, and she was just like, Trey. And I was like, what? Like, but I didn't. And I looked around at my cousin Tyree, and he was just like, and I was like, what did I say? What did I do? I forgot what the fuck. I forgot what I said. But to me, it was funny as fuck. But to my cousins, they was looking like, I don't know, man. It felt like they didn't feel it the way I felt it. They took it the wrong way. And then my cousin, what I realized, I was like, she in the stage of paranoia still. She's still tripping. And this is what I can say to anybody that's in the future, you want to take any type of psychedelics or anything. Do it around somebody you're comfortable with, and stay at the house, or be somewhere you know you're comfortable. It's not going to be a lot of people. You're not going to have to be meeting motherfuckers or be around people. You know, don't be watching your kids and shit. Like, let the kids go to the babysitter, and then you do that. But the reason why I said that, because she was sitting in her chair. The only reason why she wasn't connecting with the joke I said, because she was hearing her son cry She kept hearing her son cry because her son was in the living room, but she was tweaking though. Her son wasn't crying. She was just hearing a baby cry. And so she would run to the living room, my baby crying. And she'd come back here and be like, why is he in there asleep? And I'm like, I didn't hear no baby. She got up again and was like, I can hear my baby crying. And she'd go in there, and this nigga just sitting up like, like he in there talking baby talk. She was like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting nervous. I need to go. You got real bad anxiety. Don't take psychedelics. You're going to get nervous and shit unless you're by yourself or with somebody comfortable in your household. Then you'll be okay. But if you got anxiety bad, don't go out. Don't go in public. You're going to feel like everybody watching you. You're going to feel like they all know what's going on. And I don't know. It just like, it don't sit right with me like that to be all out in public like that. Like if you're going to be getting high, like do that on your own. Don't be all out in public. So she ended up grabbing her son and was like, look, let's just go to the house and we're going to chill at the house. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, who going to drive though? Yeah, it got quiet when I said that. Y'all even got quiet, huh? Who going to drive this motherfucking car? If you ever took this shit, you know this shit like, like you can't drive off that shit. Definitely when you like in the extreme high, like it's this shit intense. You can't drive, bro. It feel like when you walk outside, it feel like the wind. You can feel the wind, nigga. You know, you can feel the air. Like how you walk outside right now and just be like, you feel like you outside. No, nigga, you feel the air hitting your hairs and shit. Every time you turn, it feel like shoo, shoo. Nigga, lights and shit got the string on it when you pass it. It don't just be like a light. It be like light. It's like everything is weird. So I'm like, who gonna drive? Me, Jay Sean, his girlfriend, and my sister. We standing in the parking lot. Like, who finna drive this motherfucker? And I'm like, I can't. Straight up, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And Jay Sean like, shit, I'll just drive, bro. I'll drive. She's not related to Jay Sean. And they kind of had like some shit, you know, they had something going on low key. But he with his baby mama. And when he was like, I drive, she was like, I do it. You around that bitch, I do it. I was like, this is weird. Somebody drive, let's go home. So we get in the car. This probably the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this shit, it didn't scare me because I didn't know if I should have been scared or what, but it just like made me realize like, bro, it's deeper shit to this world than what we really know. And it kind of made me like the shrooms a little bit, you know, yeah, it kind of did. We was going on the highway, right? And I remember we was like a block away from my cousin's house to drop him off. I remember I go to talk to him in the back seat. I go to be like, hey, you still feeling them shrooms? You know, just say something to him in the back seat. And when I go to turn around, bro, I turned around and looked at myself on everything I love. I remember I was sitting in the seat like this, but I was sitting in the seat like looking down like that. When I turned around, it felt like I was like turned around in the seat and looked at myself like this. That's what it felt like. I was standing up, looking at myself while I was sitting, while my body was sitting down like this. And I'm looking at myself, and I look in the back seat, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I turn around, and when I'm like this, looking at myself, looking in the back seat, I turn around to look like, you know, out the front. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm in the passenger seat in the front, like in the front of the car. Not the back seat passenger, front passenger. So when I turn around and look at the front, you know, front of the car, nigga, my body's just regular. Like I turn around, like it was like back in my body, and my hands was still sitting like this, and I just looked up, and I was like, I didn't say oh shit or nothing. I just remember just being like, what the fuck? And like at this point, the type of highs, like, you know, everybody in their own zone. You probably talking to yourself in the head, or you know, you just in your zone. You high. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck? Then we get to his house. He like, all right, y'all, do. They get out the car, go upstairs. Me and my cousin, we just like quiet. Like we didn't say nothing to each other. We kind of looked at each other. He went in the house. My sister that was in the car with me, we just quiet, look at each other, chilling, and then she drive to the house. She drive back to her house. quiet. We ain't say nothing. It was just quiet. That's how I knew we was both in. We was in the same stage at that time. Okay, we back on track. You ain't in paranoia stage. I ain't in jokey okie bokey. We back on track. Quiet as hell. We get to the house, right? We get to the house. This is when the crackhead shit. I think it was like crackhead stage, straight tweaker stage. That's the part I don't like about psychedelics. Like you feel like a crackhead, your hands feel pasty, feel like I need a squeeze. I need a squeeze. That's what it felt like. I'm like, hold on, this shit gotta be crack, fool. I ain't never did crack, but this stage feels like crack. So we drive home. We finally get to the house, and how her house is, she can go in the alley and park in her driveway in the backyard, or if she wants to park in the front yard, she has to park like in the on the street or actually in the yard in front of the house. So we park in the yard in front of the house. We turn the car off, and we scared as fuck because it's dark. We tripping, and when we pulled in, I looked to my right in the alley, and bro, it was people, like dark figures. Like you could see the head, you could see the body, and it kept like, it was like a fence on the right side of the alley, and it kept like looking like this. And I look back, so I get the clutch in my shit, and I look, I'm like, oh, that's not a person. So I'm tripping. Then I can see something at the corner of my eye, like look at me again. You know how you feel like somebody looking at you? I look real fast, and I look. And I remember grabbing my sister, and I look like niggas in the alley, bro. They looking at us. And she was like, what? Now she tripping. We scared. We scared. She like, don't get out the car. I'm like, I'm not getting out the car. What the fuck? She was like, whatever you do, don't get out the car. The door locked. Somebody gotta go unlock the door. So now we in the car trying to think of a whole mission, how to go unlock the door 5 steps away from the car. Like we literally like right there by the door. That's how close she parked her car to the porch, nigga. We sat in the car about 10 minutes like, hey, think of a plan. Like, hey, it's niggas in the alley. They obviously they want you. They don't want me. They want you. What them niggas gonna do with me? I know a lot of things they can do with you. So I'm like, they want you, but I'm not gonna let them get you because you my sister. That's not what I do. You know, I'm gonna protect you. And the whole time I'm looking back every time I say something because I don't want them niggas to run up on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them niggas to grab me out the car and no shit. So I'm looking back. I'm talking to her, looking back, and every time I look back, mind you, I can still see it. I can still see them, and then they're like high back, and then when one will high back, another one will pop out like that, and then he'll high back. So I'm like, man, somebody is really watching us. We go like, fuck it. Plan is on the count of 3, we both gonna open our doors, run to the door. You got the key, you unlock the door, I'ma stand behind you. We counted 3. 1, 2, 3. She get out the car and run, and she runs around the front. I go to get out, and I look and I see that motherfucker again. I shut the door again. I got back in the car and I shut the door, and I said, ah. She said, ah. And she ran back to the car. What the fuck are you? Why the fuck? She slammed on. Why the fuck you ain't get out? I was like, nigga, you was already right there by the door. You might as well just unlock that motherfucker. She was like, we had a plan. Nigga, fuck the plan. I got scared, nigga. I got scared in the bitch. Nigga, you told me to take this shit. Oh, great. Nigga, I'm scared of the motherfucker. And at that point, when you know the paranoia turns to like, kind of like anger, nigga. You kind of scared. And then it's like, nigga, we gonna get in this house. So I just straight up, we just walk out the damn car, go up to the door. She fiddling with that motherfucker. And we finally get in the house. And when we get in the house, it's like we broke through a barrier or some shit. Because right when we walk in the house, like the whole vibe changed. It was no longer scary. It felt like, you know that feeling you get when you light a candle in your house and then you turn a movie on and then you kind of just sit on your couch, probably smoke your blunt. It felt like that. It felt home. It felt relaxed. It felt like, oh, we safe. We made it to the safe spot. There's nothing can happen now. It felt like Left 4 Dead when you finally make it to the room and you shut the door and they like, rah, rah, rah. And then it goes to the next chapter. It felt like that. Like, thank God. Them zombies was finna get us. I don't know who the fucking alley, but they in the alley. At this point, we in the house. We chilling. We in the house, we chilling. It goes to another stage of like straight up just funny. Like, bro, like it was like everything was hilarious, bro. We would look at each other and just do stupid shit like, hey, psst. And she'd look and I'd be like, and she'd just like, boy. I'd do some shit like, hey, what I look like? And I'd do something like that. And she'd be like, oh my God. But everything was hilarious, bro. Everything was funny, bro. Like, it was the best laugh ever. It felt like being around your best friend. And you know how, like, your best friend, you ain't even got to be high, nothing. Like, you can just talk and then laugh for real. It was laughter for real. I'm talking about full-blown tears falling down my eyes, bro. Just tears after tears. Nigga, I got thirsty how much tears fell out my eyes, how much I was laughing. I was thirsty as hell. And I remember, like, that stage of the shrooms will make you go back and take more. You will anytime you take shrooms, it's not like what I said, like crack. If you do them every day, you're a crackhead straight up, because you're not in this reality and you're not really seeing the real world. You think, oh, we took shrooms and we seen what the world is really like. Nigga, the world ain't moving fucking shit. How the fuck you take shrooms and psychedelics and that's what the world supposed to look like? That don't make no motherfucking sense. How the fuck I look at a tree and then that bitch turn into a lizard? That ain't real life. Nigga, we tripping. Straight up. Excuse me, I bite. But yeah, so everything funny and shit. And I remember this part of Blade came on. You know that part where the grandpa vampire is in that little room with Blade and he knocks the light out the top and the vampire goes like, I'm dying. Nigga, when he did that in the movie, I want y'all to go find that part and watch it. You're not gonna laugh because you're not off shrooms. It's not funny, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Nigga, the light came on. He said, when he did that, bro, I swear to God, that was the funniest shit ever. And there go the tears all over again. I'm talking about we die laughing at that one part. Replay for like, I think it took us about 3-4 hours to finish that movie, because we watched that part for about an hour on replay. Just kept going back, and then we'd laugh for like 15 minutes, go back and watch it, laugh for like 15 more minutes, go back and watch it, laugh for 15 more minutes. So it took a little, at least 45 minutes. We watched the 3-second part for 45 minutes, and it was so funny, bro. It was so funny, I'm telling you. After the funny part goes off, you know, after you get out the funny stage, you kind of go into a stage of like, it's either before the funny or after the funny. Depending on your body, you go through a stage of just like your mind. You just want to think. You just want to think about what can I do? Like what in life do I need to be doing or some shit? And I was thinking about that, but I couldn't think about it around her for some reason. Like when I was around her, it was just like it wasn't. Nothing was really popping up. All I was thinking about around her was just like, say some funny shit. You know, like, just laugh, nigga. And then, I don't know what she was thinking, because, nigga, it's not my brain. But I go to the side, I go to the back room, right? I turn my music on. I sit there in the dark, and I just listen to music, bro. And I swear to God, nigga, it's like I fell asleep. But I didn't. It was like I, dozed off. One thing I can say about eating mushrooms is like, you not sleepy at all, nigga. I don't care who you are. If you think you finna go to sleep right now, it's not happening. Definitely if they kicked in. If you went to sleep before they kicked in, okay, cool. But if they kick in, you're not going to bed, nigga, at all. Like, you're gonna be up damn near all night till the next day, maybe, depending on how much you take or when you take it. But I just like fell asleep, bro. It felt like I fell asleep, and then I woke up, bro, and I kid you not, bro, where I woke up in a Coliseum, bro. You know what that, is that the name, Coliseum? Let me see. Hey Siri, what is a Coliseum? Gang, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I woke up, like, I remember waking up, and when I woke up, I was in the middle of a Coliseum, and I was looking around that motherfucker like, what the fuck? And I remember just looking around. It looked exactly like that. Oh, that's my niche, by the way, little cutie. Love you. But yeah, it looked exactly like that, bro. And I was in the middle of that motherfucker. And I remember looking around like this, but it didn't feel like how I am right here. And I stand there and I'm fully physically there. It felt like kind of like a memory. It felt like a memory or like a dream. It didn't feel like me physically there, but I was there, you know, like it felt like a dream though. And I remember just looking around that motherfucker like, what the fuck? I remember looking to the left and to the right, and then that's it. I remember like opening my eyes and the light was on in my room, and my sister was looking at me like, what are you doing? You sleep? I'm like, no, I'm not sleeping. I'm finna come in there. I come in there, bro. Remember that jalapeno shit? Yeah, the next stage kicked in. Nigga, I was hungry than a motherfucker. I'm talking about super hungry. I think that was, you know, like that's the calm down. Like anytime you do any type of drug, alcohol, when you're calming, when it's wearing off, that's when you get hungry. That's why people don't realize weed don't last long. Like you just at this point your body just slowed down. You're not even really high like that. Cause once you get hungry, that means your high done calm down. I'm sitting there eating. I'm eating the fuck out that tuna salad. Oh. I'm like, God damn, this shit good than a motherfucker. My shit on fire, mid-thire. And she was like, yeah, that's the jalapeno tuna that my mama made earlier. And I'm like, what? There's jalapenos in there? I thought them was relish pickles. She's like, no, them jalapenos. Bro, that was the best motherfucking tuna salad I ever had in my goddamn life. Jalapeno tuna salad, that shit was amazing, bro. I ain't never tried it again since then, but it was good. I ain't gonna lie. My auntie did her thing with that, and I told her straight up, I'm not eating that. And I ate it, and it was good, and it was delicious. So yeah, that really was like the end of the trip. Like, it wasn't really no more else to that, but other than the fact that like once you get past the little high spot and you do all that, you're like just want to smoke. So I was smoking. We went to my auntie house. Well, we went to my her sister house, and my auntie was over there. So when we go over there, my auntie's sitting there with a blanket like this, like but over her like this, smoking a cigarette. And I come in the house. I come in. I'm like, you know, like after you done did shrooms, everything is like I'm back, y'all. I just went on a trip. Literally, I went on vacation. I'm back. How y'all doing? Hi, my name is Trey. Hey. It felt like that. So I'm like, hey, auntie. Like, I walk in the house like, hey. And she was like, how was it? Where did you go? And when she said it, I said, what the fuck? I'm like, how you know I left? Nigga, why she tell me she visited this? You remember when I said I went to sleep and it felt like a dream? She had the same thing, and she went to sleep, felt like a dream, and she said she was like in Africa talking to this some type of African lady, and she drew out what the lady looked like, or she had a picture like what the lady looked like, and on my mama it looked like my grandpa. It looked like my grandpa. It looked like her mom. It looked like my aunt Brenda. They was like had that structured face. I'm like, nigga, was you talking to ancestors? Is that what that was? Like, I genuinely don't know because I'm not in her head. I didn't have her reaction, you know. But I was just like, I think you was talking to ancestors or some shit. This shit. And then I knew right then. I was like, bro, them shrooms is something different, bro. That shit is powerful. That shit is powerful than power. That shit is powerful than power. And then it's different levels to shrooms. You got some that just relaxes you. You got some that give you super psychedelics. You got some that'll throw your ass down the street. You wake up like, what the fuck? Where am I? Yeah, nigga, you in Egypt. Mm-hmm. And bro, that shit had me loaded, shaboted, El Golded. Are you noted? Yeah. For real, that shit had me lit. Right after that, I did it again probably some months later. Because that shrooms ain't something you do every day. If you do it every day or somebody do it every day, them niggas weird. Unless they like super microdose. And then I'm like, what's the point of that? Like, what's the point of microdosing? Like, nigga, let's go all out, nigga, and get jiggy or don't do it at all. Some people enjoy it, some people don't, you know, to each his own. But if you taking full mushrooms every day, well, my mama, use a crackhead. Straight up, use a crackhead, bro. That shit ain't. I get it, it's from the earth, but too much of anything is crazy. You literally not gonna be yourself. Like you're not gonna, bro. When I took them shrooms, I didn't care about life. I didn't care about what was going on in the real world. I wasn't caring about that. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about working a job. I didn't care about hustling. I didn't care about like having an attitude with anybody. I couldn't even get mad, bro. I just could not get mad at nobody. I didn't care about people owing me money. I didn't care about some little hoe ass shit my sister did. I didn't care about nothing. Like, it was just like, bro, I'm just happy to be here with y'all. Like, that's all it felt like. That's what shrooms have felt like for me personally. Some people be saying they be having bad trips and shit. I've never had that. I don't even think that's possible for me. But knock on wood. Yeah, I just felt like just so happy, bro. That's all I felt like. And so like some months later, I did it again with my siblings, like my little brothers and them. But I did an eighth. A whole KD of them bitches. 35. Eighth grader. That's a lot. If you don't know what that is, that's a lot. And I did a lot, and bro, I rapped for like an hour and a half, nigga, and it was hard. Like, that was the hardest shit ever. My little brother, he didn't take them. He was like, basically like the DD for that night. This nigga said I was rapping like, it's a get it, bust it, go. I was just saying shit like that. I wasn't even saying real words, but everybody in the car was like, hey, oh, hey. And bro, the whole car was lit. It was like 6 of us in a Tahoe or a Jeep. Nigga, I forgot what car we was in. But nigga, we was lit. I mean, that bitch rapping. Shana ma dat name huma. Ami na una. Pat tat la ki. Bit na I'm gonna hini. Pass me the Hennessy. I was geeked up, happy than a hoe. I was with all my little brothers and my little sisters and shit. We was just having a good time, bro. My little brother was driving us around Denver. I'm thinking he's taking us around the whole motherfucking Denver. We was in the car for like 3 hours. Nigga, I'm like, bro, I'm looking at mountains. I'm looking at people's houses like, damn, they got some crazy ass houses down here, bro. I'm looking at chipmunks and shit. I'm like, yeah, Denver got chipmunks, nigga. Them niggas don't got squirrels, nigga. They got chipmunks and black squirrels. Like, they got squirrels that like jump on your back and then fly across the street. You be like, what the fuck, that motherfucker gliding? They got some other shit over there. But it was the best shit ever, and it was just like, that shit was hella intense though. And I remember feeling like, damn, this nigga driving everywhere. Bro, this nigga drove around the corner. He just drove around the block like over and over again. Then he drove to like a parking lot and went into like the carport area and drove around the carport like 4 or 5 times, nigga. Everybody in the car thought he was driving miles, bro. We thought this nigga was going everywhere. We started seeing shit like, oh shit, look at Santa. And everybody like, bro, that is Santa. Everybody in the car tripping. We get to the house, we sitting there on the couch. And you know how you can look at the TV? And the TV just got like, it might show like a mountain. Then it might show like grassland. It might show like a waterfall. Bro, everything it showed moved. Like real life moved. Like if it showed a waterfall and then water, the screen in real life was just like a picture of a waterfall. But nigga, when we was off them shrooms and we was looking at it, the water was moving down. And it showed the splash coming off of him. The grass was swaying like this on the picture, nigga. The birds, it was birds flying by the mountains and shit. And we're like, damn, when the hell is this shit? This must be an update or something. I'm looking at my little sister, my little brother. I'm like, damn, y'all TV update like this? Y'all should play videos. And they looked up and was like, when to start playing videos? So we thinking like the TV updated, bro. We sit there and watch them, the screenshots on your TV, your flash screen, screenshots. We sit there and watch that shit like 2 hours. Nigga, our stepmom walked in. Well, my stepmom, but it's their biological mom. She walked in and was like, you guys are fucking weird. And she just turned around and went back to her room. Because we was literally just sitting there like, bruh, what the fuck? And we was all memorized, just in there tripping, just floating. Bro, we fall asleep, wake up the next morning. Nothing was moving on the TV. The TV was whack, lame, suck ass. It was just screenshots. We was like, bro, that was moving. You remember that bird? You remember the bird that was right there? You remember how the grass was like? Nigga, the grass was like. We was sitting there doing it. Nigga, the grass was like. Bro, then, nigga, none of that shit was moving. We was straight trippy balls, nigga. Trippy balls. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. That was the first 2 times, matter of fact, that I took psychedelics, which was mushrooms. That's gonna be the end of this video, man. I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, turn in post notifications on. If you made it this far, I'm glad that you watched my whole story. Use a real one. If y'all want more stories, let me know. I'm gonna be uploading them on Saturday, depending on how this video do. For the confessions, we're gonna get to that. Y'all join my Discord in the description below, and we'll go from there whenever I, start that on up too. Yes, sir. That's the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep God in your life. Get that money, and don't be no hoe ass nigga. And if you're a female on here, girl, I love you to death, girl. I ain't gonna even lie. I love you, baby, for real. Like, I like the way you treat me. I like the way you respect me. I like the way you be cooking around the house. I can't wait till you come home. I miss you. I love you, Bookie. I'm out this thing. Peace.